Okay, we're back. I hope I didn't lose everyone. Yikes. I am back. Hi. Okay, so the same thing happened last and hmm. So basically the same thing happened as last week. I should have known better. I don't know. I was being I was wishfully thinking that it won't happen again, but I guess it's just an issue. Wasn't anomaly, but it's an issue. Hmm, okay. I'm so sorry, guys. I know this wasn't the best experience, was not chill. Okay, so if you're back and if you're watching me or catching this, it would be awesome if you can give me a share and like and retweet right now so that we get some algo going. Let's see. Let's see what happened to this. I wonder how, oh my gosh, wonder how, oh my gosh. So this time it broke up a gazillion times. Okay, so that's fine. This is like not good for someone who has OCD like me. 6 7 6. Oh well. Thank you. Well, we'll just carry on and hopefully people find their way back to me. If not, the art has to get made and we'll keep going. Anyway, but I figured out the problem is my battery charger. It was not charging. It is not charging or charging much slower. It wasn't an issue up until last week. And now I know. Now I know for sure what happened and why happened. Yes, I'm watching my battery pack. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. It's charging, it's going. Okay. Craziness. Oh. Okay. I think I checked everything. It is what it is. And funny, weren't we just saying? I think I literally before like all this fiasco, let's call this fiasco. Before this fiasco happened, I was literally just saying everything lately feels hard. And this is a proof. You know, I've been doing streaming for a year now. This is just like the first time this has happened. So this is just proof. Things have been hard. Okay, let's get up and closer. I want to show you guys how we make this happen here. I have PTSD from that. So this is the same paint I mixed for the mask, which is watercolor with a little bit of white gouache, so that instantly you can see it's less opaque. It definitely takes on a completely different quality. And yeah. So I also learned that I guess the streaming kind of stops when my battery drops to a certain level, what I just discovered. That's kind of interesting. Let's do this one here too at the same time. Lots of lessons learned today, huh? Okay, I'm not painting this piece because, you know, there's a little bit of separation in between so that it gives me the space I need to create, or rather it won't run into each other. Let's do something exciting now. I have that watercolor. Lock and load it into another brush. Cool. See, it's spreading with a very different. Maybe you can tell on the screen, but definitely in person, it does something that's slightly different. If you guys have any questions about what I'm doing, all my experiments, drop in the chat. Let me know. Oh, so cool. Let's see. Thank you guys for your patience and bearing with me today. But how cool is this? It's spreading. So when it dries just a tad more, I'm gonna go back in and then drop in some of that dark color. Yeah, I'm kind of letting it do its thing. I'm kind of sitting here and waiting with my color ready to go. I'm wondering if I should wait even longer when it's a little bit more dry. Hmm, I think I need to do even thicker color here, huh? Okay, here we go. Maybe I can catch it here. So this is part that's more dry than the rest. I'm dropping in this my red watercolor in. Okay, cool. Or just let that be, let that dry. Which petal should I go next? Maybe here. Let's work on this one. To anyone who's watching, before we have this technical fiasco, let's call it, I was just saying things feels hard lately. And also, I think now that I'm, back and talking to you guys, I also realize that the friction in life sometimes also probably means growth or something's about to change, something's about to happen. And I think to me, that's exciting. Why is this so much lighter? Probably had to go back and then add even more colors in between here. Ooh, there you go. So we'll let the water and the color do its thing here. I'm gonna dab some part of it away because this is like what happened with the mask. Come on. Okay, that's fine. Now I think I can do this one now since these two are more dry. And we'll let the other ones dry. Have a chance to dry at least. I think I'm looking for that like accidental something with the watercolor where it blows my mind. I'm waiting for that. So let's hope next week we can stream without any hiccups like this. So under the petal. And also to remind myself I'm doing the first wash right now, and I generally do 2 washes usually. And I think the second one's gonna be awesome. I do feel like we're in that ugly phase though. Cool. Hey, if you guys are watching, just come across me, comment in chat and say hi. I feel like I'm getting my rhythm back. Oh, hello, Diablo Girl. Diablo Girl 48. Love that name. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is actually a small part of a very large painting I'm working on. And you came in at the good part because I just had a sudden rugging on my live stream because my computer battery was low. But we're back, and thank you so much for stopping by. And such kind words. I really appreciate it. Hope your holiday or your December is going well. In the beginning, my live stream was saying December is it's funny. Sometimes December I feel like I haven't done anything this year and I have this panic mode, but this year I feel okay. And this piece I'm working on right now is a kind of an experimentation piece, let's say. Not, oh, so it is kind of my usual thing, but I'm trying new techniques, trying new new way of playing with paint. So far it's been good. Doesn't this flower kind of looks like that emoji flower, the pink emoji flower? I just realized. Oh, okay. Now let's get to the fun part. I think now that going well, thanks. My brother just finished his radiation therapy. Oh, I'm sorry that your brother has to go through that, but I'm so glad to hear that that's the case. I actually have a really good friend who is just done with her um, chemo. I think she has to start radiation soon, so wish all of them well. I'm glad that you have that little style relief for the holidays. That's definitely welcomed. So you guys see, I kind of dabbed away some of the paint and I left this white streak, which I love. Let's do that some more. Maybe not overdoing it. Okay, cool. So I have the Crimson Lake Red loaded on my brush right now. So I'm gonna go into the part where I want to darken. This whole flower right now is like got that nice consistency of kind of wet in the process of drying, but it's still damp. So this is like the ideal phase for watercolor, actually. As you can tell, it's kind of hard to get to, I guess. I think maybe some artists can get to it easier than others. Um, I'm certainly trying to get to the point where I have more control over this stage. But you know, we always say watercolor is one of the hardest mediums in my opinion, because water just does what it wants to. It just does. It has a mind of its own. Like right now, I'm dropping in paint, right? But I have no idea which way it's gonna go. Well, I kind of do. It's gonna go downhill, but I don't know what it's gonna actually look like when it goes downhill. Now I'm adding more color just to bring that contrast. I don't know if you guys noticed when I dropped really dark paint in, it like diffuses because it just gets blend with the water around it. So it's a bit tricky sometimes. Mm. And I was like, I swear I added some dark paint earlier here, and now it just all disappeared. Diablo girl, if you're still here, are you an artist yourself, or you're just an art lover who appreciates art? Okay, drop some of the dark paint in the middle. Let's see what happens. There you go. While we let that dry, yeah, let's go to my second flower here. Actually, I'm gonna face it this way. Because the other way is kind of interfering with my other flowers drying process. Oh, yes, Trevor. I always love it when you share that with people. You are so strong, and you are definitely, I think you're winning in life in so many ways. And you started dabbling in art. That's wonderful to hear. I think art is such a therapeutic thing, and we definitely could use more art in this world with everything that's crazy going on. S- Started drawing about a month ago, taking a leap away. Do you have a preference for medium? Like watercolor? I mean, as you can tell, watercolor is my preferred. Actually, I'm just recently, well, not recently, I guess, a little bit ago, started playing with watercolor and gouache together. And I think the combination of these two medium really gives everything an extra added dimension. What I'm taking off right now is some masking fluid right now. I used it to preserve some of the edges when I was, doing my background wash. That's wonderful to hear. I know. When I'm doing art, the world is wonderful. I don't think about anything else. So I totally get what you're saying there. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, hello, Artist Boop. Artist Boop, I love that name too. Thank you. I certainly, besides doing art, my hair is probably something I spend a lot of time on. Um, but thank you. I appreciate you appreciating it as much as I do. Um, and Diablo Girl said, I'm working on digital at the moment. Ooh, but I love acrylic. Watercolor is not easy, which is like I guess by saying that I'm even more proud of myself for tackling this crazy. Yeah, because it's so unpredictable and it has a mind of its own. And and trust me, it does not feel easy today. Some days it feels easier, but today I am like tugging with it a little bit, struggling with it a bit. But I appreciate that you think I make it look easy. Oh wow, you're his primary caregiver. That is props to you. That's I think it's probably a lot to take in, and I'm glad you found something that helps with the stress, with the burnout, with all that. Really glad to hear. Um, Digital is good. I play with digital sometimes. I use digital to concept actually, because that Control Z just I love it. Save my life. And whereas, with watercolor, you missed it in the beginning, but I was once you make a oopsie, there's no going back. You just gotta go with it. Um, and I know that acrylic dries really fast too. I guess you can add medium to slow it down, but it has some of that quality. But it's more forgiving in some sense. But I guess that's why I like gouache, because gouache is like in between acrylic and watercolor. It acts like both. It could be both. And I recently saw some gouache painting on wood board, which I was like, I didn't realize that gouache has that kind of like covering power, but. It's opaque, so yeah, you would. It's awesome. I love that, Diablo girl. Yes. Acrylic is, you can tell it to go and it does it, but watercolor, yeah, I had to, I'm a little perfectionist myself, but now I have definitely learned to let go because of you kind of had to go with it, go with the flow, so to speak. Literally, with watercolor, you just gotta really go with the flow and learn to embrace all the imperfections, which I think is kind of what making art is all about. Um, the perfectionist bug is hard to fight. I think at the beginning of this year, I was trying so hard to not overblend watercolor because I have that natural tendency to just I want to make it perfect, but I had to remind myself that when the watercolor, when how do I say this? When I'm done putting paint on paper, it doesn't mean the painting is done making itself, right? So much of watercolor is like the paint making itself, doing its own thing. So you just gotta how to embrace that factor. Um, I I think I will happily report that recently I'm finally like are better at it. I don't even think I'm over it, but I'm finally better at it. Now I'm leaning double, triple in that this quality of watercolor when I see what I'm doing right now, dropping some paint in and just gotta continue to spread and to blend with the surrounding. Like this part is, can you guys see? Oh yeah, like this part, this part is dried, but the surrounding isn't. So it forms these shapes and lines that those fractals is really what watercolor is all about, I guess. It does. It does. Lots of patience and self-forgiveness. And then, hey, I think those are all good things to have a better life, to have a healthier life. So I'm embracing it for sure. And so far, it's been really fun. Okay, I'm in this weird part of the paper now. I need to stand on my stool. Lots of patience. But I also want to think that the yes, lots of patience, but it also takes watercolor needs your understanding to kind of let it be what it wants to be. And that makes me happy because that's kind of how I want to be, right? Let me be what I want to be. So I respect that about watercolor. Yeah, I had to stand on my stool because this painting is so big, and I paint watercolor horizontally, so I had to like lean over the paper, lean over the paper. Because if I know some artists paint vertically and just let the paint drip, and that just become part of it, and that's even more scary to me. Because then there's really no going back if the paint drips on a place that you want it to go. And then this year, I also learned a lot about like warm and cool complements in watercolor. Oh, I just recently got a color wheel. I think last session because I was confused about a color to use, and I just realized I don't have a color wheel in my studio. How can that be? So I ordered one immediately after that. And as it still makes itself, we'll see how that goes. Let's drop some more in there. You know what? I should try. So I'm adding some thicker red paint here and see how that goes. Hi, graphic. There was like three. I know my. Oh, so I just made one like unlisted, so you guys don't get confused. But for those of you who are here, who weren't here earlier, or maybe you were, I had a little technical F up, let's just say. Um, and if you heard about this already, sorry for those who have already heard the story. But my computer was running out of battery, and it happened last week too. And I thought it was just an anomaly that it wouldn't happen again, but it happened again this time. And I have a theory of why that is, because I've been using the same setup this whole entire year, and this just started happening like this month, right? So my theory is that either my computer is getting old, the battery's not holding charge as well, or it's cold right now, so the battery's not charging as fast. So and when I stream, it takes out a lot of energy, so it wasn't like charging as fast as spending it, I guess. But I think I know what the problem is now. I just need to use my original computer charger. But anywho, welcome back, guys. Most of you are afraid of heights. I'm afraid of width. I put spot remove on my dog. He disappeared. You are funny. And let's welcome Diablo Girl. She's new. I think she's the first time here. Graphic. But yes, I'm glad you found me again. Because we moved my dog, he disappeared. That's a good joke. I should tell that. Also, my kid has been so like into telling jokes, and then like kids' jokes are so funny but so bad. You kind of have to laugh though. We were talking about the unpredictability of watercolor and that it needs patience and forgiveness and going with flow. Been here for 10 minutes, yes. So Graphic and Trevor, I started streaming towards actually around this time last year, and they kind of been here since the beginning. And then Trevor's been here for even longer because he followed me from X when I was doing other things. But yes, it's always fun to paint with them. So supportive. They make me laugh. And also, I can imagine doing live stream, like trying to talk by myself when there's like no one here talking to me. Hi, Vanessa, you're back. You found me again. Yay! I was afraid that I lost everybody because of my technical oopsie earlier. Long story short, battery didn't die, but it was so low that my computer stopped streaming. And I learned that it's because the charger I'm using is not charging fast enough. There you go. That's a super short version of what happened. We're back. So you see, this looks so dark, right? I drop it in, it's like it's doing its thing, but then it just diffuses. Oh, this is not bad. But then some parts just diffuses into the paint. I guess I should embrace that. I am 2,000 years old. That's nothing to be. Oh, to my husband shoving snow. The house. I'm jelly because I want some snow in my part of the town, and it's just not happening. Okay, so just dab away some of the paint. I want to bring the light out. I want it to snow because I want to go skiing. There's no snow right now. There's little ways we can control watercolor, but not too much, as you can see. I think I need to also go back to add a different color. Let me try here. So this paint so far, I've been just using really cool color, cool red and cool blues, besides the lip on my mask, which is a bright red, which is now drying nicely, actually. I like that contrast between cool and warm colors. I'm gonna go in with some darker red when it's more dry. I think that's the moral story. I'm being too impatient. 2 inches heavy now. I'll take it. Send it my way. Little fun fact. We're talking about the unpredictability of watercolor, right? How it needs it just does its own thing. It doesn't want to be controlled. So you just gotta learn to work with it. Little fun fact, I don't think AI can make watercolor paintings very well because of that exact reason. Because I tried, it just doesn't, it just end up looking not like watercolor. So if AI's gotta take over the world and do everything, at least I know it cannot do watercolor. So take that, AI. 6 to 8 inches. Oh my goodness. When is it gonna come my way? What? I think in my forecast it's like dry for the next 10 days. So I know now I know where it went. It just went to you guys. Went to you guys. Okay. So I did pretty dark here because it's like the petals under the other petals. Um, are we okay? I think as it dries, I'm gonna go back in now with some darker color. I'm just going in with like the same shade, the same color but a darker hue. And I think eventually my next wash, I'm gonna go back in with some other colors, which will be really exciting. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm back. So Graphic lives in a super southern part of the country, yeah, where you'll probably never see. But have you seen snow in your life? I know you don't get much snow in your part of the town, but have you seen snow in your life? Said to Trevor. Oh, I'm sure. Actually, yeah. Did you? So Trevor's in Australia, um, and it's summer for him now. So it's just super weird to think that Christmas for him is actually summertime. Everybody, let that sink in. Christmas for Trevor is summertime, beach time. But I think it's pretty warm in general in your area. So I'm wondering, I think we talked about this, that you probably have snow in the mountains, but not where you actually live. Okay, I'm adding some of this dark crimson red in some of these areas. And as you hear this part, I'm gonna probably go back in with some blue, I think, later to really add that contrast. So far so good this year, yes. Oh my gosh. So you're basically tropical where you are. Okay, I see in the chat that the consensus, we like snow, but just small amount. We're good. Because all the maintenance that comes with having snow, I guess. Okay, so this is pulling a little bit. I'm gonna try to pull that. So this is, I just have this is a clean brush, just water here. So I'm gonna, because this area is all pooling, I'm gonna use it to pull some of that color away. Which is just fine. And I usually do like this is my first wash, right? We started with white, but I usually do a couple washes on these. So what it looks right now might be completely different after I do my second wash with different colors and depths and whatnot. I like to call this phase the ugly phase because it's it's very ugly to me right now. I'll leave that be. 40 degrees Celsius. My God, that's like cooking temperature. You'll get cooked when you're outside. Yikes. Yes, I can get on with a glistening beach though, for sure. Ah, see, I'm gonna resist my urge to blend. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna leave that be. So we'll have this flower here. We have this girl here. This mask where all this is coming out of. And this is the entire painting. I'm gonna do the flower bud here, which is also, I'm gonna give it that color. And then we're gonna move on to the leaves, pop of green. And then we're gonna do the branches. And I think that might be my, I'll call that a day. I'll call it a day. And then next time we come back, we'll do the orbits. We'll do my little creatures. I like, oh Diablo, I love the way you put it. Ugly face until you suddenly look down. It's like, oh, okay, it's not so bad. Yes, that's actually exactly how it happens. Like, oh, cringe. The last flower I just did, like a cringe. I don't want to look at it. But when I look at this mask, which I kind of had the same feeling earlier, now I'm like, okay, it's starting to have a shape, starting to look good. Yeah. See, that's also another funny thing with watercolor. It does not give you that instant gratification of like, oh, this is awesome. I usually feel that way the next day. Usually when I'm done with the painting, I'm like, oh, this is so ugh. But the next day I come back, it's like not so bad. Which is kind of what happened with these set of three in the back. I did it my last few sessions, couple sessions. And I was like, I wasn't sure, I don't know, I'm not sure. But then when I peel the tape off and then put on the wall and look back, I was like, oh wow, they're not bad. Um, Let me know if you guys want to take a look at those paintings. So I'll take the camera over there because I think you guys probably missed it in the beginning, huh? Actually, I think all of you guys missed it in the beginning. Maybe only Trevor saw. So let's do that. I want to show off my last set of paintings. So I did a triglyph. Triglyph meaning just three of them. They're supposed to meant to be displayed together, but also they can stand alone on their own. These are kind of inspired by Ikebana. If you don't know what that is, it's like the Japanese uh, flower arrangement art. I really like how this flower turned out. So you have these brilliant blues that you just lift the B, add a super dark ones, and it kind of blend into the leaves, petals. My little eyeball creature coming out. And then there's all the stems and flowers are meant to create a sense of balance. Ikebana has like three distinct, there's the heaven, the earth, and the man. Very distinct principle of flower arrangement. Number one. Number two. This one I really like this the white, how much it stands out. Really love how the red spread in the middle. So cool here. And then the last one. I like how the colors turned out here. And there you go. And that's my seal. There you go. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Oh, thank you. So yeah, I like that. So that's why, oh yeah. Oh yeah. My seal is on my paintings, I think. You could look back. Okay, so okay. I just took off the masking fluid of this petal. Also, I think as artists, or just as human beings, we're probably more critical of ourselves and what we do. Because how often you're like, oh my gosh, people are gonna laugh at me, or people are gonna think I'm stupid, or whatever it is, only to realize actually nobody cares. People are all way too consumed with their own problems to care about yours, aka mine. So that, that's also a human condition, I think. Oh, the three sections. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, yes. The Ikebana sections. The heaven, the earth, the man. The oh, I knew them in the Japanese. The Thai, so, and something else. I just forgot. Quite vibrant, which isn't easy to pull off with watercolor. Thank you. It takes a lot of constraint, I think, which I don't know if I'm doing very well in this piece, but we will see. Maybe I'm just, being self-critical again. But yeah, I think that it's watercolor is so easy to get muddy. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Especially if you're used to paint with oil or acrylic. I was actually I was art major in university and college, but I was educated in oil color, in oil paint. And if you kind of apply the same kind of way to watercolor, you're in big trouble because I think with watercolor, the constraint, what is not there says more sometimes. Which is also what attracted me to this Ikebana flower arrangement principle, because it's all about letting the negative space speak just as much as the positive space. Oh yeah, so you get it. That's 100% true. I don't know. I don't know if men have that same problem. So graphic, if you're listening, feel free to chime in. I don't know if like male have this. Maybe you do. I shouldn't, get so much about some male female thing. Maybe just a creative thing. But yeah, we're just so critical of ourselves. And I think doing watercolor is also a self-improvement journey in a lot of ways. And I'm learning to be more forgiving, to go with the flow more, to just not not be loose, not care so much about being perfect. Just, let things be. And sometimes that's usually a better way of dealing with life. So I dropped in some darker color around the edges. We'll see how that goes. Actually, if I'm talking about it, I'm gonna pick up, dab away some of that color from here. This piece is very surreal, so I don't know if I want it to be weird because a mask is like all these elements are just odd. Yeah. It's funny you say that. It's true, yes, but also the trap I sometimes fall in is that because the oil paint doesn't dry, sometimes seems like for months, I keep on wanting to go back and like change it. Sometimes that self-criticism kicks in. Like I walk back, so ooh, like why did I do that? So you constantly want to keep on manipulating it until no end, right? And sometimes it's like unnecessary. With the watercolor, once it dries, there's not much you can do. You just kind of have to let go. You just gotta live with it, and it's okay. But yeah, I did find that with the oil paint, I will constantly go back to rework things. Then I gotta make more pieces. If I keep on doing that, then I end up with like two pieces in my entire life. That's not good. That OCD, that perfectionist in us, such troublemakers. It's okay. Spettle's good. I'm gonna leave that be. Let's see. Okay, now let's move on to the leaf. So we have one, two, three, like the three anchoring. We have these two abyss climbing a vine. I'm gonna paint these vines. Once that's in, is my last step for today. But once those branches are in, I think this you'll see the composition much more clearly. 'Cause right now I know it feels like just blobs of color that doesn't even look neat or anything. Peel it off. With 5 plus layers after two sides. I know. We could have done like another painting with that 5 layers, right? Now that we're talking about it, I feel like in so many ways, watercolor does mimic the essence of life, maybe. That you don't really get to redo things all the time, rework things all the time. And we had to learn to A, plan ahead so that the result is at least close to what we want, and B, really learn to deal with the imperfections and the accidents and the unexpected things that happen along the way. That's really what life is all about. That's why Bruce Lee said, be like water, you know? Be a teacup, be a teapot, and some other things. I should probably learn that quote. It seems very relevant. You can see it now. Thanks, Trevor. always hate my paintings at this phase. And trust me, there's a, in the beginning, there's a lot of paintings I would abandon at this phase. You're like, this is so ugly, there's no point to continue. And that's a mistake, right? If you keep going, just keep working on it, then something amazing will emerge in the end. And I have no doubt that will be the case here. Oh yeah, I'm taking off more masking fluid this time. Okay, so since the whole piece is kind of cool color, I'm gonna start with a cool green that I might need to mix. So bear with me for a second. And then I'm probably gonna use this brush later. Oh no, that's it. It's kind of, I had to order, this is the first time I'm using this brush because I had to order a new brush because I noticed when I'm working on this big shapes, I just didn't have the adequate shape. So this is good. Okay. Thank you, Trevor. I also feel like I want to be much further along at this point, but why am I not? You know what? I think I'm gonna use this is the color I'm using, permanent green, which is actually a warm green because I thought cool, warm in the middle might be nice to break it up. I think. Let's check. Pink and blue. Yeah, okay. I just consulted my color wheel. So yes. So what kind of subject do you like to paint? So Graphic likes to paint gory stuff, but they're so good. I tell him they remind me of Guillermo del Toro's work. But yeah, what about everybody else? What kind of things do you like to paint? I know Vanessa's experimenting. And then let's add some brown. So to get a olive green color. Huh?
Cash.
Um, Be water, my friend. Yes. Oh, you found the quote. I love it. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water in a cup, it becomes a cup. You put water in a bottle, it becomes a bottle. You put in a teapot, it becomes a teapot. Now water can flow, it can crash. Be water, my friend. I love that. Hi, Void Water. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. And I love the world has a way of finding things, right? We're literally just talking about water and then Void Water showed up. I love it. We're on Diablo Girl shared, we're talking about Bruce Lee because I'm doing watercolor and like Sarah's watercolor and how I love watercolor and we're comparing watercolor to life. So she was kind enough to find the quote from him and I just read it and then I just saw you, Void Water. I love it. How are you? What brings you here? I'm so happy that you're with us. Sorry, kind of join it on the non-action part. I'm trying to mix some paint right now to do that leafy part. So I'm mixing some warm green with brown, and I think that was too much brown. Oops. Let's add some green back in. Oops. I'm so clumsy today. I'm gonna add some blue in it. There you go. So I think it's a combination of Persia blue, which is a cool blue, with a warm green and a cool brown. Here we go. Oops, sorry. The coincidence, I know. But yeah, we're just talking about how watercolor doesn't go with the perfectionist mentality so well because it just does its own thing. It wants what it wants. You can't do anything about it. But at the same time, I feel like it's also have taught me a lot about letting go of that control, embracing the medium, etc., etc. So it's a good life lesson, maybe. Okay, so I have that color mixed. I'm gonna add some water to it so it's more transparent. And this time I did not add any gouache to it, so you'll see the difference. So translucent. Whereas the pink here, I mix some white gouache with that red color. So it's a little bit more opaque, and it's a little, how do I say, thicker maybe? I hope everybody's week is going well. We're in December now, so it's a year end. Usually it's a lot of stress energy, the holidays and goals and family. I hope everybody makes through all that, and then when I see you back in January, there's some awesome stories to tell. Okay, so I just washed, lay down the first color here. I think the leaf is gonna go this way. Okay. It's also drying really fast, so I gotta watch where that goes. I'm gonna pick up some of the thicker paint and then go in these corners. Oh, not thick enough. Need a thicker brush. Let's do this. So I'm gonna drop in the darker green around the edges where, you know, there's the flower goes over the leaf, so the edge area is darker. So I'm just gonna do that now and then see what the paint does. I guess I shouldn't tell you guys I have no control over this, right? Otherwise this would be a giant chaos. So I do have some control over it, but at the same time it's also very unpredictable, so I can only control so much. If that makes sense. And then let's do some edge here. And I think with the watercolor, the mastery is really to know exactly when the water is gonna do what. That is a mastery in watercolor. And that happens when you can have a handle of the wateriness, so to speak, of your painting. What do I mean by that? So when the water is, the ideal surface you want to be at is like when the water is just wet enough that you look sideways, there's a sheen, but hasn't become matte. Like this area is drying now, it's matte, see? But this area still has a sheen. So I'm like quickly adding more colors in it. And then the drier it is, the less likely the water will spread. So if you want the water to spread more, go in when it's wetter, and then vice versa. And then you notice that once I painted that edge, or once I glaze the whole thing, now I'm just dropping paint into some areas and hoping and wishing that it'll go where I want to do, go where I want to go. Then I have my, you're doing amazing. Oh, thank you so much, Trevor. I have my best friend paper towel here. I'm gonna go in. I guess I can also do that with the dry brush. Actually, let me try that because it's gonna be a very fine area. I'm gonna use my dry brush and I'm gonna use this paper towel to pick up all the water in it. Go in and pick up paint from what's already laid down. Look at that. A very small window I can do this, so just bear with me here. Even I'm picking it up, the water is still spreading and still wet, so it's making all these edges, which is what I want. I think the window's closing on me very fast now. Shade it in, shade it in. I'm literally picking it up and then dabbing it with my paper towel right now. Right. The window has closed, I believe. By the way, I don't try this very often, so it's kind of fun. That was a fun, fun little exercise. Now I'm gonna wait for it to dry, really dry, and then I'm probably gonna go in with some blue-green, bluish green. Let's add some more blue here. I didn't do this with the flowers to add a secondary color to it. I did say I was going to though. So next wash. Okay. And then maybe some of the edges here. And then I wish this part was still wet. So I'm gonna just water glaze. Oh, you guys can see. Water glaze this tip right here. Just clean water. And then drop some glue in. Light is hitting this way, so I don't want it to. I'm trying not to cover those white veins I just painstakingly picked out, but it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna leave that be. Taking every ounce of me to stop right now, because if I go any more, it's gonna get not cute. Let's move on. First wash, I can always go back and darken some of the areas to use thicker paint, but I don't want to lose that watery quality right now, but just yet. And what was forgot which brush I was using. Okay, so let's get my brushes organized. So the blue blender and then blue. Okay. Let's do this one. Okay, I'm trying to make sense of my line here. Curls. Be. See how you want to look in the end. Blue here. I guess it's really more like a teal color now. See how much better when I don't mess around with it too much? I guess that's something I'm still learning. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that part anymore until my second wash. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm actually painting a vertically oriented piece horizontally because this piece of paper does not fit on my desk. And you ask, why did I do that? Because my roll of paper comes in this width and I didn't want to cut it. So we'll see how this turns out. I really do love this brush stroke, guys. This is a oval wash. The brush shape's called oval wash. I think I might prefer it over round brush. I think. Oh, thank you so much, Trevor. I'm definitely in that like ugly. I feel like I'm just finally warmed up after like 3 hours of painting. Like, I'm gonna let it be what you want to be. So I'm alternating between this teal color, the I guess olive green color I mixed, and then a darker shade of that color. I'm kind of alternating between these three colors. So this area of the it's like all pulled together basically. So I'll still I think I still have this opportunity to do this, yes. And then these ones over here. Should have a lot of green load on my brush right now. I'll let it breathe for a second. I was trying to remember how I like used to paint with watercolor when I first started painting. And I bet it's so different from how I paint now. While you I'm gonna add some dark blue in this area. So this is like the underside of the leaf. Adding some blue here to darken. Let's go back here. We'll let those areas do its thing. See how they look. Very much wondering how this is gonna turn out. Still. Wonder why the beginning part is so much darker. You think so, huh? I mean, I definitely changed, but I would like to think it's an evolution. Well, I guess there was one point I did a jarring change because I suddenly feel like I need to make different kind of art because of that inspiration. But I think since then it's been steady morphing. I do realize at some point they had to. I mean, I wonder artists ever stop changing and morphing because once you kind of know for a style, you're like obligated to stick with it. So I wonder, yeah, I don't know. I wonder how. Oh, it looks like a masterpiece. Oh, you are too kind. I feel like it's a giant mess right now. And then my job now is really trying to make sense of it all. And I hope I get there. It is a very surreal piece, I guess. I guess all my art are pretty surreal, but some are more surreal than others. And I feel like this is a very surreal one. Some other ones are probably more representational. Oh no! Oh, that was too much water. I did not want that to happen. So I'm just gonna come back in and dab that away. So that once all the paint slowly moves over, you get that nice gradient. We'll let that breathe. And then let's get over to do these little guys here. Yeah, this piece is definitely a bit different from what I usually do, huh? Am I forgetting any leaves? Oh, there's two more here. Oh, two small leaves. Sorry, four smaller leaves left. I'm gonna do those, and then let's get into the branches. Let's see where, and then we'll see where we're at after that. It's pretty satisfying taking off these masking fluid. I am thinking about how I am going to finish this though. Guess I just gotta have to keep going. Also, in my background, I have like these pink and green flowers, which is kind of on trend, on trend in theme with my painting today. That's nice how it's just spreading and doing its own thing. I'm gonna add it a little bit to the side. What I'm doing right now feels almost like I'm creating abstract art because I'm not so concerned with like the realisticness of them right anymore. I'm just dropping paint in where I feel like it needs, which is very much how I feel like how abstract painters approach things. It's like that feeling. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm just gonna let those be. And then we'll come over here to this two little guys. And with these two, oh shit. These two clips are so small, my brush is too big, but I don't want to wash the brush off. There's so much paint loaded on here, I don't want to waste. So what I'm going to do is to actually do my usual thing. I am going to glaze with just clean water here with a smaller brush. Instead of paint this area with my bigger brush, I'm going to use the big brush as the carrier, I guess, for my paint. And you will see it's gonna do something pretty satisfying. Okay. So you can see better. Okay. When it's so wet, you drop a second color in, it mix and swirls and definitely have a mind of their own. Let's come back here. Do we need a little blue there? I think we do. Give that more two-tone color. Oops. So you guys can see there's a very definitive light and dark shadow going on here, which is good. These are just more textural plays. Now we should definitely go back in. Now that it's a little bit dry, still damp, so I have another opportunity to add some color to it. What color do I do? You asked me last time what art I do, but I couldn't answer. So trying to learn digital art and always love how watercolor looks. Wanted to replicate it digitally, learning from traditional color like you. Aha! I think it was before you came over. I literally would just say I've tried to use AI to recreate watercolor, and it just doesn't do that. Um, so I was joking that, if AI took over all artist jobs, at least I have watercolor. Um, but I've tried to do that a little bit myself, and it just never worked out. So if you figure it out, I would love to learn how you did it. Um, there are all these brushes. Are you creating in Photoshop? I'm just curious. I know there's all these awesome brushes that Photoshop has. I guess that. But actually, I want to share that my favorite program to create watercolor, I think it comes close to it, is actually Adobe Fresco. I don't think it's a desktop app. I think it's a like iPad app. I think those brushes in Adobe Fresco from what I've seen, the closest to watercolor in real life. But yeah, because I believe that the Adobe Fresco watercolor brush, like once you lay it down, it actually does move a little bit, just like in real life how watercolor does. But I don't think the watercolor pack that comes with Adobe Photoshop does that, which means it doesn't quite get the magic, quote unquote. But I'm sure you can come close to it though. But yeah, I would love to hear your take on that. How I deal with watercolor is, and I think the hard part about watercolor is we're talking about earlier, it's just a lot of accidents that happens. And I think that's part of the magic of watercolor, which I think will be hard to do in digital. You will have to really let go of the access you have to redo and to control. I hope you're still listening, so I'm not just babbling. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is to let go. Now I'm trying to bring some light and light into it by darkening certain areas. it's more dry now, so the watercolor isn't as runny anymore. So I feel like I have a bit more control. A bit more control today. And also, I find that when I check my work through this camera screen, it shows me all the imperfections all at once, which is kind of cool. Like this area needs to be darker. Maybe this area needs to be darker. Everything else looks pretty good now. I think these parts can use one more wash, one more darkening. Okay, I think I'm ready for the brown branches. I'm dropping blue in right now, but the blue kind of mixes with the screen, becomes teal, which is also nice. Are there any edges I want to darken? Yes, I'll do that here. Edge. A little bit of edge here. This is good. Let's have some edge here. Not overdo it. I'm gonna stop myself. Oh wait, totally forgot this area. The bottom of petal. Actually, that's probably should be a brighter green, huh? Okay. Because it's a younger part. Younger part of the younger part of the branch that's gonna turn into a brown color at the end. So let's do that. All right, okay. We're moving on to the last part of today's session, which is I really wanted to block in all the branches, so I have a anchor for next time, so to speak. So where are the branches? Let me show you guys. There's a bit here. This is like, you know, the so we have the heaven, the earth, and man part of the Ikebana. There's some here, there's some here, and then these two orbits are climbing on one. This is like hanging on to my dear life. Legs crossed. Okay. I will start here, I guess, since we are here, and it is the smallest one, so I have an opportunity to warm up. Okay, let me mix. I am going to use a round brush for these areas, so let me put my oval brushes on the side. And then break out my round brushes. I'm so happy that I have this full set of oval brushes now, though. 4 different sizes. Everything I'll ever need. Okay. So I'm definitely going to, thank you. I'm definitely going to do a cool brown for these, but I always feel like the cool brown in my mind is always coming out more warm. So I always have to end up adding some blue to my brown. I almost never use my burnt sienna, I just realized. Never use black. I'm almost out of my burnt umber. Uh, I guess it's a happy thought when you're running out of paint. That means you've been working on your art, and buying art supplies therapeutic as well. Okay, I'm gonna mix my, oops. Don't want to add, oh, actually it might be okay. The other thing I recently realized is like adding this burnt sienna to, not burnt, sorry, cool red to brown. Also kind of darkens it, which is kind of nice. God. So I'm mixing a cool, kind of cool brown base wash right now. And then I'm gonna go on top with a much thicker, blue brown, yes. And then we'll be done for the day. So really pale brown right now. Cool. Kind of what I want. And then I'm gonna go in with that dark blue. I should get that ready though, actually. Here we go. Let's see if I can find my lines. Here we are. I gotta remember to not go too far because the color dries, and then when I drop in that dark color, it's not gonna spread the way I want to. Jagged rose stems. Now we're gonna blend into that green color. This is the part I'm talking. So light's coming from this way. You guys see? Hello, Obar. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. How's your day been? It's like I hope it's the end of the day for you and you get some time to relax now. There we go. Voila. Great to see flowers. I know, I'm painting some giant flowers. So you see this was like the kind of, now it looks like shadows on the side, the middle part's highlighted, and then we kind of transition into this young green stem. I'm doing a pretty big painting today. Something very different from my usual. Oh, thank you so much. That means even more that you're here. But yeah, I'm doing something pretty different from my usual. It's also a very surreal piece. Instead of a skull head, I have a mask here. I'm working through these florals. I'm on the stem now because I want to kind of, once at the stem, I feel like I've framed this painting. And then you just have these orbits that's like in the empty area. Kind of like how the leaf turned out. Yeah. So stem number one. Let's go on stem number two. This one here, this one that going to the side, and then the one going to the side. Nice touch. Let's see transition. Thank you. I know the transition is definitely, when it's done successfully, is my favorite part. But when it's unsuccessfully, I just have to keep blending it until it looks good. So not a big deal either way. But when I get it first try, I guess that's really exciting. Same. I'm just coloring this part in. I do find that I like to glaze with the color first and then go in. It's much easier than me glazing with clear water and then dropping paint in and then dropping more paint in. So I guess this is something I've learned. Oh, it's more habit. I'm gonna let that dry just a tiny bit. And then go in with this dark blue I created. I'm just dotting it in because I wanted to create that uneven feel and look, which I guess is how nature goes. Okay. I'm kind of wiggling my brush along the way to create some uneven edges because that's kind of how branches are in nature. Let's take this off. Hmm. Gently drip it in. Oh, this part is already drying, I see. Small window opportunity when I can do this. I think with watercolor and gouache, time is really of the essence, huh? Let that dry. Oh, a little broken branch. I can feel it when the paint is not watery enough. Try it already. So this part's dry, and it kind of dries into this grayish, bluish color. How interesting. So it's another quality of watercolor. When it's wet versus when it's dry, also looks completely different. That in itself is actually one of the more frustrating things for me as an artist, because I can never tell what color it actually is until it's dry. Which, now I'm thinking about it, could be why I like my painting better the next day once the color has settled. Still looks amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I do think it looks better on screen though, strangely. So I'm looking at the painting in real life and like, ugh. That's why I had to look at sometimes I use my camera screen to check where it needs more work. Wait, maybe that doesn't make sense. Because all I'm trying to say is the color looks good once it settles, and then when it's still wet and still morphing and changing, it has not settled. So don't judge your work too soon. Give it a day to breathe. I already know I'm gonna go back later with some really thick blue dots, maybe, to give that bumpy texture on tree branches sometimes. See, even though I just did that, I know these dots are probably gonna dry up and disappear. These dots, there you go. Oh, maybe this part is pretty dry, so it'll stick. Yeah, too wet, it's spreading. Nope. Okay. Let's do a little progress check. It's starting to become. The painting is starting to become, but not quite there yet. I'm standing back a little to check. I think my gouache paint first, then watercolor paint was not as successful as I hoped it would be. So I don't know if I'll be doing that again. But maybe I need to practice some more to truly get it instead just try on a piece actually. I think in today's session, the leaves are actually turning out to be my favorite part. Getting rid of these masking fluids. Just kind of taking some with me. The part that's part of the little orb bed, so I just gotta be careful painting around them. So she's like standing on a branch, kind of a bonsai branch, or it just happens to be a platform. Let's go in here. This brown color is pretty dark, so I gotta be really careful not going over the white that I don't want it to go over. Because once it's there, there's no going back. Holding my breath. Oh wow, this part's drying so fast. This branch is a little bigger, so it's eating on my paint really fast. I think I'll go back to this area with a different shade of brown in a little bit. Cool. It's a curve here, so I want to preserve that. this orbit is grabbing onto this branch, like trying to bend it backwards. I think it's helping a little with the balance. And I think I shared that this piece is also inspired by Ikebana. The story of this is those orbits are working really hard trying to maintain our mental health balance. So, a little bit nurturing here. This one is like trying to bend it back, I shared, because she needs to maintain the balance. Whereas the next one that you will see is not doing so good. She's like hanging on for dear life. So basically I have 3 orbits in this piece. One is like checking, maintaining. One is actively working to balance it. And then one is doing not so good a job, is kind of losing it. I'll show it to you guys when we pull back. So you might notice some areas I didn't really using masking fluid, or was very careful about the edges when I did the background, because I thought I already knew I was gonna go in with a dark brown color. So I was just gonna cover all the imperfections anyways. But when you can, you should always try to, unless intentionally you do want to preserve the white areas as much as you can. Moving my pigments here. Almost. I'm glad that was broken up in sections. I think I shared before that I have this navy color from Kansantampe that I use almost on every painting, and that is almost running out. And I looked online that they don't sell that separately. And I'm not going to buy a whole new palette just for that color. That's I'm not I'm just not doing that. So I just should give myself a mental note when it's almost about done. I need to use it as a reference and then mix like a whole big tub of it myself and then let that dry and let me use. So let's see how successful I'll be in recreating this color. Probably not very successful, but I will have to try. Yeah. Like I'm doing calligraphy right now. I'm kind of doing calligraphy right now. There. I know I have to go back to like refine some areas, but this is a general look and feel. I don't hate it. There are some dots here. Oh, that's dry. Also, these textural dots is something I do. It's like signature, so to speak, because I love all the textures and dimensions it adds instantly to a piece of painting. Mm, Okay, I think that was the last thing I'm going to do today. Let's do a progress check, then I'm gonna get off and let you guys go, or let Trevor go rather. Thank you so much for being here and finding me again after my rugging. Okay, so let's do a big overview of this very surreal painting that's inspired by Ikebana flower arrangement. You guys kind of see this branch, the top branch, the middle, the low one, the mask, which is what I started out with. Now that everything's pretty much dry, kind of cool. I can see that I'm gonna go back, add some more red here to bring up that redness, darken the eye. Well, I haven't painted the eyes yet, but there'll be a dark color, the eyebrows, lips kind of dried. But this is a cool color. This is a warm color, I guess. This face, we have this shadows happening underneath. This is the orb I was telling you guys about, that she's like checking to make sure the bud is okay, a nurturing orb. It's like, hey, you're doing okay, cool, good job. The nurturing one. And then we have this big flower, which I like the base of it. I can see so many opportunities for colors and shapes and detailing. So excited about that. We have this orbit here actively trying to bend that branch back. I think in my mind, she is the one who is actively maintaining the balance by doing some housekeeping, I guess. Then we have this flower here, same here. It's very much one color right now, so I'm looking forward to add some tones and some contrast colors. And then we have this last orbit here, hanging on to her dear life. I guess she's not doing a very good job of maintaining her own mental health. Come on, what are you doing? Good progress. Get some good food and relax. Nice to meet you. Oh, thank you so much, Diablo girl. You are amazing for staying for this long, and I'm so glad I met you, and I hope I see you again. I do go live at this time every Wednesday. There you go. I know this is gonna look so different next time I work on it, so come back and check my progress or check my feed. There we go. I'm going to put my camera down right here. Also, just to disclosure, full disclosure, because I'm painting this horizontally and flat, I actually have no idea what it's gonna how it's gonna look once I hang it up. So we'll be surprised by it, hopefully in a good way. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me for the past almost, oh wow, it's 2.5 hours, so almost 5 hours. No, math. Over 4 hours. It's thank you for bearing with me, or thank you if you found me during that little break in the middle again, then I really appreciate that. Um, I think I did good today. We made good progress. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, follow button wherever you are. And I will see you guys back next week, same time. And if I don't chat with you in any other way, please have a great day, rest of the day, and have a great rest of the week. Okay, I'll check with you guys next week. Thank you so much. Bye.